Good morning, everyone. This is Sarah Elise, an astrologer in Toronto, Canada, and I'm going to try to talk to you today a little bit about this eclipse that's happening today at around 3:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are having it's a new moon eclipse at 29 degrees of Virgo, and this is the second eclipse gate of our nodal axis, South Node Virgo, North Node Pisces. I believe we're going to have one more kick at the can in Pisces season in early 2026. But for now, we're kind of just over midway through the cycle, and things are going to start to really shift at this point. And I want to explain energetically what I've been picking up about this eclipse. Okay, so let me just quickly, how can I get into this? It's so interesting. You know, the thing you need to know about Virgo, okay, that is so interesting is that Virgo is an archetype of purification. And what Virgo's job is basically is to say no. It's to clean, and it's to reject things that are not in alignment with what it considers to be good. Pisces, as a counterpoint to Virgo, is about saying yes to everything. Yes, yes, and in fact, it's not just yes, it's yes, and yes, it's bad, and it's all part of the whole. Yes, it's awful, and we can love it anyway. Yes, it's evil, and we can have compassion and put boundaries up, right? So there's this real polarity in the collective right now around no and yes, rejection and acceptance. Now, it's complicated, however, because we're coming to the end of Neptune in Pisces, and that's a sweeping spiritual movement that started on the planet in 2012. In 2012, we started to see this movement toward boundaryless, borderless, all together. Let's help the weak rise to the top. Let's all be one, brothers and sisters, brotherly, sisterly love, helping humanity, and all of it coming from this very beautiful place of compassion and wanting all the disenfranchised and those members of society that are less less accepted. We wanted them to kind of feel like they were one. And we've seen some amazing progress in the last 14 years around humanitarianism and feeling like we're a global community. I mean, really, it is since 2012 that we have become a global community. The internet has made us all one. We have this idea now that we are all one. We are literally all one. Now, what has just happened this year, however, is that Neptune is moving to Aries. Have you noticed that there seems to be a great divide in the collective around protectionism, protecting myself, saying no to the boundaryless, no to the rainbow, no to the everyone love and sweet, and saying yes to the warrior, yes to the I have rights to be me, yes to the get away from me, I'm going to protect myself. Have you noticed this? I've noticed this. Like there's this complicated conversion that's happening right now in our spiritual dream that is going from let's all be one with each other to nope, I just want to be myself. I just want to protect myself. And I have a right to do that. Go away. This is going to sound really funny, but ever since, and I'm sorry for swearing, but ever since Neptune went into Aries, my mantra, literally, and this is so weird, has been fuck the fuck off. That's how I feel about everything now. I'm like, fuck the fuck off. Now it's not even fuck off. It's fuck the fuck off. And what that means is I'm not even going to tell you to fuck off. In fact, I'm going to say fuck the fuck off. I don't even care about you at all. I am just going to be me. That is it. I am choosing myself. And that is the sacred warrior archetype that is coming onto the planet, okay? Now, why am I going into this? Because we are all going to have to accept the fact that we are moving into the sacred warrior archetype. It's just happening. And this is a transitional year. So there is a blurring and a blending happening. And this nodal axis story, which is North Node of Pisces, South Node of Virgo, is wrapping itself within the cloak of this greater meta cycle that's happening. And today's eclipse will bring this story into it because opposite the eclipse is Neptune at, guess what, 0 degrees of Aries, and Saturn at 28 degrees of Pisces. So we basically have like that we have to put some boundaries around Pisces. We have to say, you know what? Yes, we are all one. 100% we are. And yet we are also individuals, and we also have rights to protect ourselves and to be free. And what I predict for the next 14 years is that we are going to learn to preserve freedom on this planet. What is freedom, guys? What does that mean to be free? In my mind, and I'll be discovering it right alongside of you, in my mind, with a Mars in Aries and a Jupiter in Aries and a Chiron in Aries, I have a lot of Aries in my chart. I believe that freedom is the right to be myself from the root all the way to the shoot, as long as I do not harm anyone other than me. I cannot extend myself to take away another person's freedom. That means I do not have a right to hurt you. I do not have a right to take your life. I do not have a right to take away your liberty, your freedom. And yet I have a right to protect my own. So if you mess with me, I'm gonna preserve myself. I'm gonna protect myself. And if you cross the line and come in at me, I will push you away. And if you get hurt in that process, I will give you a force that is equal but opposite to the one that you give me, right? So the infraction that you create on me, I will give it back to you, okay? And that is reciprocity, because we actually are all one. And if we're going to behave properly as one, we have to respect each other's boundaries. That's it. We have to play well in the sandbox. Every toddler learns this, to play well in the sandbox, right? So I think what is happening right now is that we are bringing up the shadow of judgment, the shadow of criticism, the shadow of shame-based moral righteousness. We are bringing up the shadow of persecution and being persecuted in order to open up to a bigger level of yes to ourself. And that this Neptune opposite our new moon, conjunct Saturn in Pisces, is asking us to say, yes, we are one, and I will preserve myself. I must put a boundary, a sacred boundary around myself. And by taking care of myself and the sacredness of me, I ultimately will contribute to the betterment of all of us. Now, that's the meta thing that's going on, okay? But I want to go into the granularity of the new moon and what's happening energetically for us, because I've been really tracking that this week. I mean, we're in the middle of an eclipse gate. We had our first eclipse at the full moon of Pisces. Now we have this eclipse at Virgo. So at the new moon of Virgo, and it's just been a hot 2 weeks, man. I've just been going in, and I've been tracking it and tracking it and tracking it. And what I've figured out, or what I've realized, is that so I'll describe it energetically. Every single thing inside myself that I have rejected because I don't like it, because I'm ashamed of it, or because I'm afraid of it. Fear is a big one, right? I don't want to feel that. I don't like it. I don't ever want to feel that again. I don't like that feeling of being a victim. I don't like that feeling of being weak. I don't like that feeling of being ugly. I don't like that feeling of being afraid. Whatever it is that I don't like and that I am saying no to, no, I'm projecting that outwards. I'm projecting that on you. And I am projecting that all on the world around me, and I'm seeing it come at me, activating all those things inside myself I'm saying no to. There is so much mudslinging going on in the collective this year because of this nodal axis. I am so sick of it. I would like to set a prayer that every single one of us can see that everything you think is wrong with the world around you, it is in you, my friend. And all you need to do is go in and feel that and say yes. Say yes and heal it, because you're never going to fix it if you hurl your criticism, if you hurl your violence, if you hurl your rejection out. It helps the collective immeasurably when you can soften, when you can go still, when you can meditate with that, and when you can feel all those horrible feelings, and they are horrible, they are ugly, they are miserable. But when you feel them from a place of sacred acknowledgement that we are all one, and I will take full responsibility for my emotions, for my fears, for my shame. I will not mudsling it. I will not pour it out. I will not contribute to the chaotic madness that is going on in the collective right now. I will sanctify myself, and I will come into my own holy ground and be my own source of light and source of love and source of peace and source of healing, because that is actually what healing is. Healing is saying yes. Healing is not saying no. And the polarity between Virgo and Pisces is that very tense realization that the more we reject something, the more it controls us. So we have to figure out how to say yes to even the things that we intensely don't like, even the things that we are scared of and that we are ashamed of, okay, inside of us, yet also we are projecting it outward. You have to see that there is an equal but opposite reaction around you to whatever is inside of you, because we live in a mirror. This collective it's a projection. We're all one with each other. We really are. So it is actually by creating your own sacred boundary and honoring your own sacred self that we will heal this group of us, this collective of us, right? And with Pluto having just moved into Aquarius, with Neptune going into Aries, it is time for us to honor and preserve the sacredness of the individual, to get rid of ideology, to get rid of control, and to find again this sense of me within a healthy group, because it is a healthy me that will create a healthy group. Okay, let me just quickly recap this. We're at a Virgo new moon eclipse, south node eclipse. This is about bringing up past karma and healing it, resolving it. The karma that is being brought up is Virgoan, meaning all the things that we're ashamed of, all the things that we reject will come up for us to see. All right, we're going to look at it. We're going to either think that it's outside of us, or we're going to acknowledge that it's inside of us. The healing that is happening is simply that these patterns want to break us open so that we can feel them. Okay, Pisces as an opposite to the Virgo, healing is feeling. Holing is healing. Okay, healing is feeling, and holing is healing, which means go into your wholeness. See that what you reject is just part of you, and it's okay. It's okay for you to feel what you're feeling right now. It's okay for you to be crumbling right now, because this is a very intense eclipse gate. And I've been crumbling. All the darkest, dirtiest, ugliest things inside me have been coming up for me to look at. And it has required an amazing amount of patience and fortitude to stay stable within this eclipse gate. And I know I've had that feedback from a lot of people. So, okay, I'm going to stop it there. Good luck. I hope this was understandable. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.